Hello everybody, I'm Thrash Maniac HD, and yes, as you see in the title below, yes, this is another album review. And yes, I am officially going to review the 2013 hard rock / heavy metal album of the year, according to me, and to a lot of other people, including Cover Killer Nation, and that is Carcass Surgical Steel. Now, I first listened to the album as a sample on YouTube before it came out on the Nuclear Blast Records YouTube channel, where they had the full album playing, and I listened to it. Holy crap. So it blew me away to the point where I had to put it as number one on the final list for 2013. For Christmas, I decided to pick this up, the actual copy, to keep, because this is just a fantastic album. As you can see, there you see the inside, there's the disc and a little picture of a gun, and a little Nuclear Blast Records album advertisement with albums like from bands like Death Angel, Sepultura, Cataclysm, Testament, this album, Children of Bodom, Flesh God Apocalypse, Hypocrisy, Creator, Soulfly, Scorpion Child, and Winter Sun. So many great bands come out of Nuclear Blast Records, even bands like Accept. But before I get into it, I just want to show you the liner notes and stuff on the inside of this album, if I can even get the liner notes to come out. There we go. So yeah, there you see the album cover. One of the best covers I think I've ever seen, because it fits this album and the band perfectly, because the band is called Carcass. They're started out as I guess people want to say they were a grindcore band, but they were never grindcore. They were, if anything grindcore related, it was gore grind or death grind, which mixes grindcore and death metal together. But really, their first album was straightforward, very fast and quick death metal. Then on the next album, Symphonies of Sickness, they were straightforward death metal. Necroticism, Descanting the Insalubrious, which came out in '91, was a technical death metal album. And then every album from Heartwork to this is melodic death metal. And so yeah, like I said, this album, I would say, combines the riffs of Heartwork with the lyrics from Symphonies of Sickness or Necroticism. But yeah, with this album cover, fits the album perfectly, because it shows you that the Slaughter Pigs are back. And this is their first album since Swansong, which came out in '96. But let's go through the liner notes. There you see the track listing and a couple of saws. Then, the rest of the pages we get, most of the pages we get the lyrics to some of the songs. I wanted to try to check out some of these other ones here. Okay, here's the first verse to the song A Congealed Clot of Blood. Come decapitate the physique you made with the praiseworthy's blade. Come eradicate the false imam, slay in the great prophet's name. Heathenous hate Dar al-Harb you create for the holy prophet you maim. Death's coda, bloody, looks like it says, bloody dystopa, Dijol soldier of unholy warfare. So, just dark lyrics all over the place. It could be about war, it could be about gore, all kinds of crazy lyrics. I mean, and crazy song titles, all the song titles you got. The first song is, and I actually say the song titles when I go through the songs. And then there you see the current band. So there you've got, let's take a look. Okay, there you see you've got the legendary guitarist Bill Steer. Then you've got their newest drummer, Dan Wildling. Then you've got the legendary vocalist and bassist right here, Jeff Walker, and their newest second guitarist, Ben Ash. Now, it's kind of a shame that Michael Ahmed wasn't a part of this recording, because he wanted to get away from Carcass to focus more on Arch Enemy. And we know why, and most of us who are metalheads who know of Carcass know why original drummer Ken Owen couldn't be a part of this, because of his brain hemorrhage he suffered in 1999, and he can't really play too much anymore. I mean, he'll play every now and then, like he'll show up for a one-song appearance live with the band, which is cool. The guy should recover more. I don't know if he's fully recovered. I think he is, but just like, you know. But anyways, now we get to the actual review after a long little introduction. So the first song we get on the album is called 1985, which is the year the band started. And it's just a 1 minute 15-second instrumental with a good guitar lick by Bill Steer, which goes into the second song, Thrasher's Abattoir, which is 1 minute 50 seconds. So yeah, the first two songs don't even last more than a minute to 2 minutes. Thrasher's Abattoir was a very good, fast, short song. Now we get to the crazy stuff. We get the song Catheter Pouch Conveyor System. Fucking crazy over the top song with just like crazy riffs, solos. The vocals were absolutely out of control. And then we get to the song A Congealed Clot of Blood, which was probably one of the darker songs on this album. Like I mentioned, the first verse lyrics was pretty much war-based. So this is one of their only war-based songs of this album, which was a dark tone to it. And then all four of those first four songs, all those songs are just fantastic. Then we get the song The Master Butcher's Apron. Oh my god, talk about crazy over-the-top lyrics and music. Holy shit. And then to the song Non-Compliance to can't even talk right now. Then we get to the song Non-Compliance to ASTM F80. Let me try one more time. Non-Compliance to ASTM F89912 Standard. That's the craziest song title of this whole album. And this song is like 6 minutes, I believe. I believe it's 6 minutes long, so this is one of the longer songs on the album. Really well put together song. I loved it. Fantastic. Then we get to the song The Granulating Dark Satanic Mills. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, it's a Satan song. No, it's not. It's a gory kind of song. And I loved that song. It was pretty crazy. Then we get Unfit for Human Consumption. This has been, I think this is the second single, I think, from this album. And it's a great song, too. I love the riffing on it. I love the soloing. The drum patterns were really good. The vocals. You gotta give praise to Jeff Walker. I mean, his version of death metal vocals is absolutely great with, like, the snarl kind of vocals. Not really like in a black metal sound, but of a death metal kind of version of that. It kind of got, that kind of vocal style kind of got started from bands like Venom and Celtic Frost and Bathory, and even Sodom and Creator and Destruction, some of them German bands. But these guys, Jeff Walker took it to the death metal level. But then we get to the song 316L Grade Surgical Steel. Holy crap. Another fantastic song. And then we get to the lead single, which was the first single of the album released before the album came out, Captive Bolt Pistol, which is the third shortest song at a little over 3 minutes. I thought this was a great song to kick off the whole cycle for this album. But now we get to the best song on the album, / longest song of the album at 8 minutes 25 seconds, Mount of Execution. I love how the acoustic guitar starts it off. I think this is one of only very few Carcass songs I ever heard an acoustic guitar in it. And then it gets to the really good lick after the acoustic parts. Then it gets fast and furious and heavy. Very well structured song. And I love how Cover Killer Nation put this together, because usually with some bands who make long songs, it's like one of those songs where it's not a lot going on, but it's still got the job done. But this song Cover Killer Nation said, and I agreed, that song threw me for a fucking curveball, because it's like you kind of get that feeling. I love how he did this. You kind of get that feeling where you're up like this, and you're like, oh my god, what is going on here? Don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, please, don't fuck it up. And they don't. They don't fuck up that song at all. In fact, every bit of that song was creative. And this album as a whole, very creative, innovative riffs, great soloing, great bass playing, great drum work, and great vocal work. Just everything about this album blew my mind out of the water. So, but wow, this album, when I did first listen to it, it completely caught me off guard, because I knew Carcass was very capable of producing a good album in 2013, but since they were away from making albums in 17 years, people thought, do they still really have it in them to make a good album again after all this time? But they proved us wrong, and they produced one of the greatest albums of the 21st century for heavy metal. I mean, but here's the thing that kind of pissed me off about it, though. Whenever they were beginning to record this, the band was actually financing the recordings themselves because they didn't have a label backing. What the fuck? Who doesn't sign Carcass? Really, who doesn't sign this band? And it's like, I bet some record labels were probably like, oh no, I don't need Carcass. I'll just go out and get the next Black Veil Brides album and I'll be okay. What a bunch of dumbasses they are. Anybody who missed out on this chance to pick the band up, which was a wise move by Nuclear Blast to pick them up, but to any other labels who missed out on, who didn't sign these guys, they really missed out, because this album is a masterpiece. Wow. Buy this album. Even if you're not a rock fan, or at least if you're not a metal fan but you like rock, I do recommend still checking this album out. This is an album to purchase. So if you ever go to like an entertainment store and you happen to see a copy of this in the music section, buy it. It's well worth the 10 to 15 bucks, whatever they charge. I picked this up for 10 bucks. So, yeah, but to anybody who's at least not a metal fan but are interested in wanting to listen to metal, or at least just rock fans but they want to explore their horizons, buy this album. This album will blow your mind. And yeah, and I'll also say this also because I picked this as the #1 best album for hard rock and heavy metal in 2013. And I wonder if these guys are going to make another album. I'm sure they probably are, and when that happens, I can't wait to check that one out too. Will it be better than Surgical Steel? If they can keep on the path they're going, it could be just as good, or if they can outdo themselves, then yeah, it could be better than Surgical Steel. But for now, you got Surgical Steel, one of the best Carcass albums. I don't think it was their best album, but it's up there. I would give it a 3-way tie between Hard Work, Necroticism, and this. All three, even Symphonies of Sickness, Swansong, and Reek of Putrefaction were all great in their own right. But this, Necroticism, and Hard Work, in my opinion, is the big 3 albums you should own from Carcass. If you own at least one of them, you're good in my book. But thank you guys for watching this review of Carcass Surgical Steel. Like I said, if you guys are just rock fans but you want to expand your horizons to some heavier stuff, this is an album to get. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace.